beautiful people of Ghana, is your Nigerian girl pleasure bringing you political news in our channel Ghanatube. President John Mahama has actually made his new views on the LGBT bill, but Sam George maintains his strong views about passing the bill. Please watch.
The proper human sexuality, it's quite a long name. Proper family values bill. If you remember, there was a court case that injuncted the speaker from forwarding it to the president, and also restrained the president from receiving the bill. Eventually, that case was disposed of in December, I think on the 18th or so. Yeah, so it meant that the injunction had been cleared. But as far as I know, the bill did not get to the president for assent, and so the convention is that all bills that are not assented to before the expiration of the life of Parliament expire, and so that bill effectively is dead. It has expired. I don't know what the promoters of the bill intend to do, but I do think that we should have a conversation on it again, so that all of us, if we decide to move that bill forward, move it forward with a consensus. And probably it shouldn't be a private member's bill. It probably should be a government bill with government behind it, after consultation with all the stakeholders, to see how we're able to move this forward. But it leads us back to the discussion we had, that if we're teaching our values in school, we won't need to pass a bill to enforce our family values. And that's why I think more than even the family values bill is us agreeing on a curriculum that inculcates these values into our children as they're growing up, so that we don't need to legislate it. And so we'll see how all this goes. And so I'm looking forward to this review conference, so that we can come to some consensus on some of these issues. But I wish to thank you very much for.
Lastly, on the LGBT issues, I mean, if you get a nod, how far would you hope to push it? The president, your candidate, when he was interviewed on the BBC, he said he would now look into what is in that bill.
That's a misconception that's been put out, and I listened to that full BBC interview. President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill, and he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill. What the president said to the BBC was in response to why President Akufo-Addo has not signed the bill, and he said to them, look, what President Akufo-Addo should have done, instead of rejecting service of the bill, was to have received the bill, stated what his displeasure is with the bill, which is what the Constitution says. The Constitution in Article 1067, President Mahama in his response to the BBC was referring to the Constitution of Ghana. Article 1067 says that when he gets to the president, he must within 14 days indicate whether he would sign or not sign. If he chooses not to sign, he then has to bring it back to Parliament, and then state in the memo to Parliament the reasons why he's refusing to sign, and add the recommendations to remedy those challenges he sees. Otherwise, within the 14 days, he can refer it within 30 days. He can refer it to the Council of State, who have 30 days to give him advice. That's what President Mahama was saying in that BBC interview. He was not saying that he now has to read the bill. President Mahama has read the bill. It's because he's read the bill that he told the clergy that when he becomes president, he will sign the bill, because President Mahama has not.
As people are asking to what President John Mahama has refused to sign the bill, coming out to say instead of signing the bill against LGBTQ, he clearly stated that it has expired during President Nana Akufo-Addo's time. And people are beginning to back, like, why were people actually blackmailing, bashing President Akufo-Addo, ex-President Akufo-Addo, against signing the bill, while John Mahama was actually maintaining that he is against LGBT and he will sign the bill. While speaking with the BBC News, he has clearly stated that he will no longer sign the bill because it has actually expired. Why Sam George has actually maintained that Mahama has no choice than to sign this anti-LGBT bill immediately.
Problem with anything in the bill. That explanation he was given was basically what the president should have done as a lawyer in line with our constitution, because the president's decision not to have service of the bill on him is unconstitutional and shows you how reckless and irresponsible Akufo-Addo is as a president.
So President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo seem to share the same views on LGBT. It looks like it's the same. President Akufo-Addo says, yes, I don't support same-sex marriage. I'm a Christian, but ban the activity, ban the advocacy. He wasn't too sure whether the advocacy should be banned, and many lawyers are wondering, how do you ban advocacy when the Constitution keeps human rights, human associations, advocacy expressions as a fundamental right of individual Ghanaians? President Mahama seems to say the same thing. Whilst he says he's against his Christian religion, he is not quite saying whether he will ban anything. President Akufo-Addo here appears to have the same position. But if you backtrack this to 2023, you will get the sense that President Mahama is for the LGBT bill, President Akufo-Addo is against the LGBT bill. Now here reality falls upon us. And President Mahama has never said that he is for the bill. So what he said this morning is really consistent with what he has been saying. The issue now is pressure is mounting on him from Sam George, who he didn't mention. He said the promoters of the bill, but President Mahama knows who the promoters of the bill are. He knows that the promoters of the bill are some of his principal actors. The key actors in the National Democratic Congress are the promoters of the bill. All of us who support the bill know who is the promoter of the bill. It's Sam George. He didn't mention him in his conversation. It means something in political communication. For those who have not done political communication, but it does. Those who did it tell us that when somebody says something in political communication and omits to mention names, it means something. If he goes ahead to mention names, also means something. President Mahama said the promoters of the bill. The promoters of the bill are Sam George, Drisu Haruna. These are principal actors of the NDC. Sam George is almost certainly going to be a minister on President Mahama's list. He is the promoter of the bill. So you have to tell me what you make of it. But as the politics are coming home to roost, we'll get a lot more information from now, February, March. Everybody is going to be talking again, and then we'll see what they said before and what they are saying now. So you tell me what you think.
It's actually going to bring so much maybe issues in this government, because so many people are beginning to stand up for themselves, making sure that John Mahama actually signed this bill immediately. Please do comment your reserve, and also do well to like, comment, put on your notification bell so you get all our news one by one. Thanks, my people.